Scotty V in the house, doing my thing. Just talking about cameras, and that's it's a lot of fun for me. Sure, it's a way to make a living. It helps what I do. I own a small advertising design agency, and I started off in print and digital, and then I moved on to video as well. So I'm trying to cover all the bases. And as far as I'm concerned, I got lucky as far as all the choices that I could have made, like right around COVID time. Like that's kind of where I started getting into it. And I saw the writing on the wall. I knew for a long time that print's going away, but creative is not. So just had to expand my horizons, and I got into video. And early on, I knew Canon just made sense for me. It's a very reliable, beautiful image. Does everything, it checks off all the boxes, and it's only gotten better and better and better since I started. And I mean, I've been in the business 40 years. I started with video and, like I said, right before COVID, right around then. And I'm glad I did, jumped in both feet. YouTube University, as far as learning everything and anything, being able to sort out the good from the bad, seeing what was gonna help me and what was gonna hurt me. So I'm really, really happy with Canon. People, big names, like YouTuber big names, movie people too. Canon had a very good name early on, like documentary and commercial, which is kind of where I wanted to go, where I still want to go. Had a very good name. And then Sony came in pretty strong, and rightfully so. They're a good product, not better, but a good product. And then Canon started fighting back, and I don't care. I don't care what anybody says. It's a great product. The customer service is phenomenal. I had a couple C70s, and they knew early on that the LCD screen was the thing. I never addressed it until like 5 years of having the camera, and I was like, I loaned it. I let somebody use it, and then it came back a little janky. Not shocked, but I reached out to Canon and I was like, I know it's past its prime, but what can you do? And they're like, send it in. Phenomenal. Like 4 or 5 years later. Took care of it. No questions asked. I just had to show a receipt that it was mine. Came back sturdy and strong and whatever. So, that's phenomenal customer service for that long of a delay from me to get it done. And I've never had a problem since. Minor things like firmware updates where the Canon C400 that I'm shooting on here, they made it open gate with the latest firmware, and for me it's a little funky. It might be Premiere Pro, I'm not sure, but there's some like purple banding and weird stuff going on. I could drop it into DaVinci Resolve, just run it, and then take that file and then drop it into Premiere Pro if I want to do that. And I've done that. It's just a ridiculous extra step. So I'm positive that they're going to fix it. Whoever's at fault will fix it. But just the Canon C400, C50, great pair. I was really, really tempted to get the C80. Triple ISO, NDs internally, a lot to like. There was really a lot to like. But I was dragging my feet. I just didn't jump. The double SD cards, I'm like, eh. And I still had a C70 at that time. And then this puppy came out, the C50, and I was like, there we go. There we go. I'll deal with ND filter, ND filter on the front. I don't care. That's not a huge deal for me. The way I got it set up, I got a little small rig cage going, but I also have stuff that I had laying around, which was like the Falcon handle here where I've got my audio attached to it. that's one button. I could pull the audio off. One button, I push the battery, get the battery off, and then 2 little screws here, and I get the handle off. It's maybe a minute of time, and I got to strip down camera and lens. So beat that, you can't. It's awesome. The way I've got this set up too is my plate and my handle, and I added a little cushion right here on the bottom, but they're exactly the same height, so there's no stability problems. I mean, as far as putting it on a table, I could do anything I want with it here. I could put it on a table and shoot with it if I wanted to. But it's got that left to right stability. I put it on the ground, I don't have to worry about it falling over. How often does that happen? Not often, but yeah, it's a thing. And then I also have I've got this little, I think it's Condor Blue little clip here, so that I could put the harness on, or I could put a strap on it and a quick hook, and I like to keep it nice and close. And if it's nice and close to my body, you know, the 3 points of contact, my 2 hands and a strap around my neck, steady as can be. There's a lot of talk about the IBIS, you know, I wish I had an IBIS. No, it's not a thing. It is, but it's not. There's workarounds. And that's what I got going. I would rather have something where you can see my, you know, my steps if I'm walking, if I'm following somebody in some minor steps and I'm trying to hold it as steady as I can. I would take that over, you know, distraction wobbles where people are like, whoa, what is that? It's more natural to watch what's going on when you see somebody making steps with a camera in their hand, you know what's going on. Wobbles are a weird thing. So there's also fixes for that too if you wanted to use the electronic IBIS in the camera. I have yet to use it, but it's an option. So I think Canon's like really, really killing it. Really, really doing a good job. Couldn't be happier. With the C50, I shoot the 3.2, but in XF-AVC, so it's a open gate, but it's not a RAW file, so it's not ridiculous size. Long op. So I've got all the extra real estate I want without the giant files, and as long as you're, you know, as long as you're shooting it correctly, who needs RAW? I don't need RAW. There's way more important things than RAW. Sure, it's great if for, you know, if you're in a shoot where you think maybe daylight will change as you're shooting really bad and you can kind of fix it in post and play with it that way, but you can still fix that with a regular XF-AVC file. So, yeah, I'm really happy. Very happy. And this is like a monopod, and I just took out the middle piece. This is actually really cool to use too when you're in really confined spaces, and a tabletop is going to work better than a tripod or a monopod. So yeah, this is just, I don't walk around with it like this, but this is an option too. If I always have that with my, I'll have tripods or monopods, and depending on the shoot, could kind of roll with it, and very happy. And I got the small rig cage. I wanted the Condor Blue cage, but I waited a month and a half and found out that it was still a month away. I think they had material problems. Yeah, I wish I stayed with that order and just let it ride and then, you know, give somebody the small rig cage after it came in, but I was a little frustrated. I'm like, it's a long time. So, small rig cage, Falcon handle here with the 1 button. This is the Free World PXL6 or something like that, and it's an internal battery, 2 hours at full tilt. If you're, you know, as bright as you can go and whatever, however you can tax it the most, for 2 hours, you're gonna get 2 hours out of it. But I also have a USB-C cable that comes back around and comes into my V-mount. So if I'm shooting, I'll take the cable off so it's running on the 2 hours. When I see that it's getting low, then I'll plug it in at the last minute, so I'm not, you know, pulling energy from the camera. But it's nice to have options, for sure. And I've got the same thing on that camera. So the nice thing about that, if the cameras are side by side, I don't have like a Shinobi and then a small HD, or I don't have multi monitors where it gets confusing. The looks are a little bit different. You got to tweak them. They're exactly the same. I know exactly what I'm getting when I'm shooting the C50 and I'm shooting the C400. Yeah, works for me. Works really well. And they're 6-inch screens. They're a little bit bigger. I think 7's a little, if you're going to do handheld running around, 7's a little much, and anything bigger than that is a no. People complain about this, this LCD screen here. Yeah. It's clean. The image is exact. It's just small. So colors are right. It's accurate to what you're going to put in your software when you start editing. But yeah, it's small. So that's why I got that. But you don't need it. I can easily get by without it. I can get by with just a camera and a lens easily for most of what I do. And the reliability with the autofocus on the C50 is so good. Sure, I mean, could you miss a shot? Sure, I mean, it's possible, but I trust it. So, and you can still, my eyesight's still good enough that I can still see on this screen that the boxes are locked on, and if they're not, then I know I gotta make an adjustment. Yeah, and the buttons I've got set up, I got slow-mo on 10, just a quick button. The ISO change I've got set up on my 5 button, which is the thumb. Just move through the ISOs real quick. Then I've got false color to 9, and then 8 is my tracking button. Couldn't be better. 14 is the optical zoom. Those are the buttons in the back of the camera that are very handy and easy to get to, and that's it's about as easy as it gets. The only thing you got to adjust is for this one is the in front with the ND. This thing I've got the slide down, the little flip up. I mean, if I'm shooting indoor, get out of the way. It's not part of the equation. And then this is a magnetic cover, and then this is a full range ND filter. And if it's not going to work, if it's too dark, I just flip it up for indoor. So yeah, it's. Is it a work in progress still? Yeah, I guess so. But I'm pretty close. I'm pretty close to where I want to be. So kudos to Canon. Thank you. Thank you for finally addressing some of the things that were getting people pissed off. I think you covered, if not all of it, a very large chunk of what people were complaining about. So props, good work. I'm happy with the C400. I'm happy with the C50. I think they make a great pair. Down the road, if there's, I can't foresee anything right now for quite a while for upgrades. I'm done, which is kind of refreshing. There's nothing more I need. So that's my truth, and I'm sticking to it. So do what you gotta do. All right, folks, we'll see you. Take care. Scotty V out.